Most traders don't fail because of strategy. They actually fail because fear controls them. They freeze up, they hesitate, they don't know what to do, they overthink, they worry about the outcome. And because of that, they hesitate and they mess up their trades. And I used to be like that. It used to cripple me with my trades. I used to overthink my entries and basically freeze. And that's the reason why I created my course, the Inner Edge Pro, which is the thing that helped me overcome my fear of trading. And so in this video, I'm going to go through fear in detail, and you'll understand more of fear and how to overcome it by the end of this video. So make sure you watch this to the end. If you're new to my channel, go ahead, like and subscribe, drop your comments below and let me know which type of fear is crippling your trades the most. And then maybe I can make a video and help you on that specific topic. So let's get started. So the first part of fear is that you are paralyzed. You have to understand that fear is not real. If you break down fear, F-E-A-R, it can be expressed in a few ways. It could be F everything and run, okay? Or it can also be false evidence appearing real, F-E-A-R. So fear is different to danger. Danger is real. Danger is when your life depends on it, when you're about to get hurt. You know, it could be a saber-toothed tiger on the loose. That's dangerous. And then that danger will also create fear. But then there's just fear, which is in your head, in your mind. It's all psychology. And that's the false evidence appearing real, where it's not really real, it's just in your head. And in trading, fear and greed are the two things that control traders. And this is also why price moves in certain markets. Not all markets, but in certain markets, especially crypto. But fear will paralyze you. And when you are paralyzed in fear, you are going to freeze. And you're not going to be able to take your trades. You're not going to be able to execute your trades because you're fearful. Maybe you took a loss and you don't want to lose again. Or maybe you're in a big drawdown and you're thinking that you're going to lose the next trade. So because of that, you cannot execute. So that's what fear will do. When you hesitate, you get late entries. So you don't take the entry when you're supposed to because you're hesitating, because you're not thinking straight. You're doubting, you're wondering if you should get in or not. And then it starts to move in your direction, and then you get in at a worse entry. And so that will give you a bad risk to reward ratio. And if you're getting bad risk to reward ratio, you're going to be stuck at a break-even stage. You're always going to be a break-even trader at best, or you're going to completely blow your account. But at best, you'll be a break-even trader because you're not getting the best RR, risk to reward, on your trade because you're hesitating, so you're not maximizing the risk and reward. Fear will cause you to avoid getting into your trades. So you're going to avoid valid setups. You're not going to take setups when they appear because you're fearful. And this is going to cause you to miss out on trading setups and opportunities that are good. And because of that, your sample size is never going to properly play out over a series of trades. This is a big issue with fear when you avoid your trades. And then there's overcompensation. When you miss a trade, now that you've missed the trade because of fear, you're going to overcompensate and you're going to chase the next trade. You're going to overtrade. You're going to over leverage to try to make up for the missed opportunities. Does that make sense? So because of fear, it's now causing you to overtrade and chase price. So this is one other thing that fear is going to do to you. And then besides that, you're going to be second guessing yourself because of a previous loss. So you're not sure about your entry. So now you're second guessing. And if you're second guessing, once you get into the trade, you're going to be looking at the charts. You're going to always be obsessing over the charts. You're going to open your charts after you take your trade because you're second guessing, you're doubting, you're not sure about your entry because of the fear. And really, you should just take the trade, close the chart, close the computer, and walk away and come back the next day, right? That's really what Mark Douglas is telling you to do, and really what you should be doing, because by not looking at the charts, you don't know what's going on. So all that can happen is either price goes to your target or you get stopped out. It's one of two outcomes. You're not in the middle micromanaging your trades because you're second guessing yourself, you're fearful, and you're not sure of your strategy. The emotional drain that fear will have on you, it will give you the stress. You're gonna stress, and from the stress you're gonna get anxiety, you're gonna lose sleep, like I did. Like, I lost a lot of sleep when I used to be fearful of losing my trades or not letting trades run. Like, I would wake up at night when I'm holding trades overnight. I would wake up and go look at my phone because I'm stressing out over a trade, or I can't sleep. And because it's 3 a.m, I'm looking at the phone, I'm losing sleep. This is, if you're not going to sleep, if you're not getting good sleep, it's going to affect your trades, because lack of sleep is going to cause you to have this impulsive behavior. It's going to cause you to take excessive risk when you shouldn't have to. And that's all because of stress. Your cortisol levels are high. The last thing that fear will do is destroy your identity, your self-image. Because you take a loss, you think that you're a bad trader because your ego is hurt, right? So you don't want to take a loss. You don't want to be wrong. You fear being wrong. And because of that, it's going to knock you off your game when you do take a loss, because now you think that you're a bad trader, whereas maybe the loss was just part of the sample size, right? You're not always going to win. You're going to lose and win. As long as your wins are bigger than your losses, then over enough time, over enough sample size, you will be profitable. But because of fear and hesitation and freezing and doubting and second guessing, you never even get to see that. Do you understand? That's why in backtesting, you might do well in backtesting, but then when it comes to the real thing, the time between putting on your trade and the final take profit, it could be hours, it could be days. So you're left with nothing but your thoughts, right? In backtesting, a 4-hour candle can be completed in 5 seconds. So you're not really getting the real experience of being in the trade. You're just getting an idea of your win ratio, that's all, and how to recognize patterns. But then once you get into the trade, between getting in and the end, there's time. And time is going to mess with your head if you're not aware of it. It's going to make you fearful, it's going to make you doubt, it's going to do all these things. So you have to be aware of that. So basically, when you miss your setups, you are frustrated, and then you start tilting, you start revenge trading. That's what missing setups is going to do. Your confidence is going to erode. You're going to lose your confidence because all of these things stack up. Okay, so being a trader is tough. It is not easy because you have so many things working against you. It doesn't even matter if you have data in your favor, or you have all the data, you have all the systems in place. If you cannot control your fear, if you cannot delete your fear, then it's going to destroy you. And so this is one thing that we have within the course. We have a module on how to get rid of fear. And the mindset shift basically is detachment. You see, if you can detach from the trade or whatever you're doing in life, but if you can detach from the trade, from the outcome, whereas you completely make peace with your risk, with your trade, that you don't care, whatever happens, you're going to be okay. Through detachment, through detachment from the past, from past results and future results, if you can detach and train yourself to detach. Detachment doesn't just happen like that. It's not easy to just detach. You have to train yourself. So we have a module for detachment within the course. But basically, if you can do it on your own, then you just detach. And by detachment, that means not worrying about the future, being present on what is happening now. Okay, so what that looks like in trading is what is happening now is your process. Sticking and respecting your process. See, if you have a process and a system that you follow, then all you have is now and what is in front of you. So you have the market structure, you have your entry, you have whatever data you have in front of you that you can act on, and then you take that. But also you need to have a way of managing that emotion, that trade, that getting into that trade, and then a way to switch off and detach. And that's the hard part. That's the part that where it catches everybody. Even the professional trader can become attached all of a sudden without knowing it. They become infatuated with the result because maybe, like say there's a special guru or a special trading mentor that that trades live, okay, and they've been calling trades, but now because their identity is attached to that trade, they're either forcing trades, they're taking trades early, they're taking trades too many trades, or they have their identity attached to it because they've been telling everybody, or they've got a paid membership group or whatever it is, right? That's going to be really hard for that trader to turn things around, and they can tilt. And so it's very hard. And detachment is the only way to overcome fear, because if you're not attached to the outcome, right? And that outcome could be being wrong, making money, or having your ego attached to the outcome. If you can detach from that, then you can just let go and accept things for what they are and be present. And that is the way you can overcome fear. So that's all I got for you for today for this video. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and like and subscribe. If you want to learn more and go deep on psychology, check out the first link in the description, the Inner Edge Pro. And until the next video, you're on your own. Take care now. Bye.